You heard it here first. People are saying Donald Trump can't read.
They're saying it, not us.
Specifically, people on my research staff.
Trump, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, might have been this morning, he decided to, he's just threatening students now. That's what we're doing. That's what the president's doing. All federal funding will stop for any college, school, or university that allows illegal protests. Agitators will be imprisoned or permanently sent back to the country from which they came. American students will be permanently expelled or, depending on the crime, expelled, depending on the crime, arrested. No masks. I don't know where that came out. It's like out of nowhere. No masks. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I don't know why he capitalized that, but that's got to be an ode to like the anti-vaxxers too. Honestly, we kind of need like a strong COVID. We might need that. That might be our shot. If there's a lot of people in crimson colored states that would struggle through another COVID. I ain't wearing no mask. So much for free speech though, right? You're pulling funding for speech? I've got an issue with that. Does that apply to us Proud Boys? No, this is federal funding to colleges, and Republicans don't go to college. They don't really like college. They Liberty University or nothing. We're just cutting speech for whatever you think. Everybody knows what's going on here. He's just cutting speech for college students that he doesn't like. And Republicans are going to try and spin this all day long. It's really about the crimes. No, it's not. It's about speech. You don't like people saying free Palestine. You're trying to own Palestine right now. Imagine that. Imagine a developer. Let's just say it's not the president, but let's say it's a developer is developing Gaza and somehow is able to convince colleges to not allow people to speak out against him developing Gaza. We'd all be like, nah, you can't do that. It's free speech. But when it's the president, Republicans are just like, it's fine. It's fine. We got to do that. It's part of our foreign policy. We must silence critics here at home because it's beneficial for our foreign policy. This was my favorite thing of the weekend. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be catty here. I do what I'm saying. I'll try. How can I say it in the nicest way? I don't believe Trump is illiterate. I believe Trump is bad at reading. I believe that Trump may have undiagnosed dyslexia. It's been floated by many people. Those who worked on The Apprentice, multiple cast members of Saturday Night Live, cast members of The Apprentice, and I guess admins from The Apprentice have said Trump really struggles to read. He's not a very good reader. Big words are a real problem for him. He's not great at it. Keir Starmer could have just told Trump what this letter said. He could have told Trump, go ahead and read this letter in person. Keir Starmer gives Trump a letter, I believe from the king, to ask, and then asks him to read it publicly. And with that knowledge in mind, and this is poisoning the well, but with the knowledge in mind that there have been dozens of people who have come out publicly and said Trump can't read very well. Lots of people said, with that in mind, let's not rule out that Keir Starmer knew exactly what he was doing here.
It is my pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter. He sends his best wishes and his...
You're supposed to read it right now? I will do.
I've got to tell him what...
Now, this is edited deceptively, albeit I understand this is not uncut, but I kind of think Keir Starmer, just looking at his face, I kind of think he knew what he was doing.
Your reaction is, so I need to know.
He is a great gentleman.
Sorry, that was loud.
Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph...
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph says. What did that very important paragraph say?
Supposed to read it right now?
What did the paragraph? I thought I had it on the end there. I'm trying to remember exactly what it said. I'm pretty sure it was like an invitation. Hold on, let's see.
From His Majesty the King, a letter. He sent his best.
I'll pull the whole thing now.
Regards, of course, but he also. This is really special. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented, and I think that just symbolises the strength of the relationship between us. So this is a very special letter. I think the last state visit was a tremendous success.
It was.
His Majesty the King wants to make this even better than that.
He just invited him. Trump was like, "This is very nice. Do you want to read this very nice part?" He did show the signatures. Trump was really impressed by the signatures. I don't know what's up with it. He's so weird about signatures.
Otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is, and that's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've gotten to know him very well, actually. First term, and
yeah, it's just an invitation to come visit. I don't know. Maybe he can read. Maybe he can't read. I don't know. Maybe he can read. I don't know. I've seen him stumble over some pretty wild words. Here is just a reminder. Here was Trump in many times in a deposition, and other times like being asked to read things, and it's just weird. He always has some reason to not be able to read something. By the way, have any of you seen Trump wearing glasses ever? Because I haven't. And I think that's important for this video. I've never seen Trump wearing glasses. I've seen him read off a teleprompter. I've seen him read off of prepared statements. It's not always great. He does stumble regularly, but I've never seen him wear glasses. Here's what he has to say during his deposition. I believe this deposition was regarding, I'm trying to remember if this was I think this was the charity, maybe. I think it might have been that deposition about shutting down their charity.
It's long.
It is long.
It's very long.
It is long.
I don't have my glasses. I mean, I am at a disadvantage because I didn't bring my glasses. This is such small writing.
You know what we can do? We can have a bigger copy made of these pages.
Let me try. Let me just do it.
Would you be able to read this section and tell us what your understanding of it is?
Objection. Mr. Trump isn't a lawyer.
Objection! How can you expect someone who isn't a fancy pants lawyer to read?
Sorry, I forgot to give these people credit. This is Make Yourself Heard is the name of this program.
Words. Now, at first, I thought Trump was lying, but then it hit me. Thanks to the time I've wasted watching very special episodes of TV shows over the years, I could draw only one conclusion.
Samantha B, thank you.
Can't you read?
What's the matter with you? Can't you read?
You expect me to believe you didn't read it?
I read parts of it, okay?
You couldn't read it. That's it, isn't it?
Oh my God! Donald Trump is just like Jared Leto. Well, maybe more like the current version of Jared Leto. You heard it here first. People are saying Donald Trump can't read.
They're saying it, not us.
Specifically, people on my research staff. Now, before you accuse us of being a silly late-night comedy show making cheap jokes about a presidential candidate allegedly being illiterate, which we definitely are, we have evidence, so much evidence, the best evidence. Exhibit A, Trump's own words.
Favorite book, other than the Bible or The Art of the Deal?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
You ask him as he's leaving the interview and going to bed, what are you reading? What was that? And what does he say?
He kind of had that look. Oh, yeah, you got me. And then he tried to answer it. He said he's reading this book that Ed Klein wrote, A Hatchet Job on Hillary Clinton, which I'm sure he's not reading. Then there was a book about Nixon, which he couldn't remember exactly. But then he said, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Those two interviews were a month apart, and in that whole month, not only did he not read a book, he didn't even read a book title to tell reporters about.
I don't know. He does lie about, I mean, you ask him what's his favorite verse in the Bible. I think eventually he came up with 2 Corinthians, which is not how any person who's ever went to church or read a Bible would speak about Corinthians. No mask!